Let's bring back Chriselda Lewis. She's live for us at the University of Johannesburg, monitoring the situation there. Chriselda, good morning to you. What are you seeing there?
Well, Blaine, just a stone's throw away from where you're broadcasting from at the University of Johannesburg. The situation quite calm here towards this later morning, where you saw pockets of violence very earlier on this morning, where students are continuing with their protest action. Of course, you'd recall they vowed over the weekend to intensify their action this week, saying they're not satisfied with the communication that they've received from the powers that be, including the Higher Education Minister, Dr. Nzimande. Still quite a large police presence here behind me, quite a number of police vehicles parked here in anticipation of what students say is them continuing with their action. What we understand is taking place at this particular moment is that you have students who have gone inside or onto the premises of the University of Johannesburg to try and mobilize other students to come out on to the streets. When that is going to happen, we'll certainly try to monitor that just outside the premises of the University of Johannesburg. But, you know, in communication that the Higher Education Minister, Dr. Nzimande, said he had received, the South African Union of Students had sent a letter to the Minister of Higher Education, and I understand that was about on the 10th of March. And the Minister basically responding to some of those demands by SABC, indicating, of course, that financial clearance and the clearance of historical debts for all students to ensure smooth registration. The University of the Western Cape, according to the department, they say setting a good example in that regard. The Department of Higher Education and Training saying it's not in a financial position to be able to support you know, all institutions to clear all of that student debt of fee-paying students. We're also aware, according to them, that there were many students whose families, you know, had to try and keep up with fees. And indeed, the department says it does acknowledge the fact that this has also been negatively affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, where in certain instances, some of the parents had gone through some hardship. And given that the fiscal situation as well, and certain government departments also trying to assist in this particular regard. So with regard to that at this particular point, Blade, the minister saying that he's aware that many institutions are doing what they can in this instance to assist, and the allocation of NSFAS funding, according to that statement, for first-time entering students or new students, all first-year students, according to that statement released by the minister, saying all first-year students should be unblocked for registration while government is still resolving the funding matters. The minister saying that the matter itself has been addressed, and they're committing that first-time entering students will be able to register following the commitment that was made to reprioritize funding from the Department of Higher Education and Training, as well as the shortfall at NSFAS. So at this particular point, Blaine, we'll wait to hear what students have to say once they come out from the university premises, where they said they'll be mobilizing other students who are at the residence as well. But police leaving nothing to chance at this particular stage. Here behind me is where they remain for the remainder of the day. And you'd know that Wits University, for example, where we saw a lot of the violence take place last week. The situation there also very calm. My colleague Hasina Gori has been crossing to you from there. The situation there also calm. Similar scene to what you're seeing here, where there is quite a large police presence as well. And Wits University issuing a statement yesterday indicating that a lot of the learning will be taking place online. And I guess that's why you're not seeing quite the numbers, Blaine, as you would see usually during these kinds of protests, because a lot of that learning within this first semester is obviously going to be taking place online, given the fact that we're still within this global pandemic.
All right, Chriselda Lewis live for us from UJU. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting.